Alrighty, welcome back everyone to Beyond All Reason. Today we are going to be checking out All That Glitters video. Yeah, who wants a video exactly? We're going to be checking out All That Glitters. We're going to be taking a look at a single tip for every single position, okay? So I'm going to do my very best. This is a little bit spontaneous. For the pot, that is counter canyon. Going against canyon. Usually lower level players are going to be in canyon. So a good tip for the pot is to scout out, verify whether or not you can take control of canyon easily. If you are able to control it easily, push in and wipe out your opponents, because usually they are easy to dumpster. Pro tip for Dino here in the bottom counter canyon is to work very closely with the pot or whoever is in this position and try to help maintain control here. We'll put this as 2 tips. Okay, this is 2 tips. So you can either help attack canyon and push with whoever is in this lane, or you can help attack this side and put excessive amounts of pressure. Now, this area, whoever is in this position here, opposite to you, they have a large area to hold. They have to hold a very significant portion of land. And oftentimes, their whole front line will largely be pushed in like this, because it's just so much area to hold. So a good tip for this back position is to put heavy pressure, because if this player if the middle player pushes in and puts heavy pressure, and you push in and put heavy pressure, and like are constantly area deny, push, aggression, then the only way that this player here will be able to hold is if the allies come in and help them, and it creates a lot of aggression, a lot of pressure, and you can deny mexes like all the way up to like here pretty easily if you really get going. So that's my tip. Put in heavy pressure wherever you see the best advantage, and then also a lot of people will generally be weaker. Usually this area or this player will be a little bit weaker as far as skill goes. So Eco, get your economy units out quickly. Buy yourself a transporter. Transport those T2 constructors to your allies. The faster you get those to your allies, the better your whole entire game will go. After that, greed up. So that's my tip here. Tip for the center player, I would say, is read the entire map very carefully, because you have access to help canyon, you have access to help counter canyon, you are very mobile, you're in a good position to do whatever ends up happening on the field and to ebb and flow with those things. Be prepared to assist others, and you also have a great opportunity to pressure the person in front of you right here, because this player is usually going to be 2v1 essentially, and you're gonna end up feeling a little bit more available to make plays. So watch the map if you are centered and try to assist where needed. Next, we have the canyon side of the front. Not in canyon, but next to canyon. We gotta come up with good names for these positions, because they're all kind of tough to really, tough to decipher between them all. Anyway, so this position, play a little bit more defense heavy, I would say. If you can, getting a gauntlet here would be extremely valuable, because then you have that area denial, and because your area you have to protect is so large, area denial will be very effective. And also abuse the fact that you have a large number of mexes in your control. There's a ton of metal extractors here that you can get, so get them as fast as humanly possible, because that will help you gain the metal you need to actually hold such a large area. Next, for the air player, what shall we do for air? I would say don't overly eco too early. That's my tip for air. What I would recommend is, after you get T2, get a handful of your metal extractors upgraded, but get like 2 or 3 of these con turrets and lock them on to your air factory so that you're constantly pumping fighters. If you aren't pumping fighters, then you're gonna potentially get bombed during that time period where you are working on teching up, so you could end up losing and your entire team flaming you because you were not properly prepared with those fighters being pumped out. Next, we have the bottom canyon, the /tech front position for canyon. I would say it's very important to come up and help here. Okay, so this is a basic tip that I shouldn't have to say, but a lot of times people don't do that. What the real tip would be for this player is to always be in communication with your canyon. And the other tip would be to always have your commander somewhere up here, you know, somewhere around here. These positions are extremely powerful for commanders because it's a close distance. The D-gun range is almost perfect to be able to hit anything that comes into contact. So if you had 2 commanders right here, you can D-gun almost anything that is in this like area. You can just, you're in very close proximity to D-gun range. So active commanders, active frontlining can make the canyon nearly impossible to pass through. With T3, T2, T1, almost impossible because of the power of the D-gun and how close range everything is. So that is a big tip for the lower canyon. Upper canyon, the best thing I have found to do with upper canyon is to play extremely aggressive and to skip. So here's what I like to do. Get my base started, so I get my factory, I get my energy production going, I have all my mexes, right? All those basic things done. Then I push my commander. I get my most valuable metal extractor, which is my 3.1, 3.2? Yeah, 3.2. Okay, and then after that, I head straight to their most expensive metal extractor, and you can capture this area and hold it and actually push and aggress into them very rapidly without them even realizing you were going to do that. Now, you have to be in communication with your allies if that's your plan, but it's a very powerful tip that you can push into your opponent and take their territory, and if you need to, fall back later. You know, you can fall back after you've already gained all the value from having those metal extractors for some time. So there you have it, the 8 tips for Glitter's map. I hope you guys enjoyed and that you learned something new, and we will see you guys on the battlefield.